On December 24, 2008, the Ortega family welcomed every one of the 5 of their grown-up kids and their families to their home in Covina, California, a tranquil, low-wrongdoing local area around 22 miles east of Los Angeles. The Ortegas, Joseph and Alice, cherished Christmas, and it was their #1 season to invest energy with their 2 most established children, James and Charles, and their girls Letitia, Alicia and Sylvia. That Christmas Eve, the family played a disorderly round of poker, and the party was going full bore. Yet, in their vacation festivity, the doorbell rang, and what unfurled next was unimaginably frightful. Soon after the doorbell sounded, police got emergency calls from the Ortega's neighbor. The guest cried, "Come right away. They're torching somebody's home." The local group of firefighters was dispatched to the Ortega house, however the calls continued to come in. A few even detailed that they heard shooting coming from the house, and when police showed up at the scene, it was complete mayhem. One lieutenant said, "When I showed up, to depict it as prophetically calamitous would be exact." The main Ortega relatives police could find was Letitia, who had figured out how to get away from the fire with her better half, an 8-year-old little girl, and come to a neighbor's home. Letitia's girl, notwithstanding, had been shot, so the family had proactively advanced toward the clinic. At the point when police determined had occurred, they were stunned. Somebody dressed as Saint Nick had out of the blue shown up at the Ortega home and started shooting. Busy examining the tumultuous scene, police likewise got a tip from a neighbor. She and her better half had seen a vehicle leaving their parkway at around 11:45 p.m. Subsequent to putting out an APB on the vehicle, police began filtering through the Ortega's singed home. They found bodies consumed to the point of being indistinguishable, which were subsequently recognized as the missing Ortega relatives. A sum of 9 individuals were killed. While police were occupied examination this Christmas Eve slaughter, examinations in adjoining Sylmar, California were called to the home of Brad Parda, who got back from a Christmas celebration to track down his sibling, Bruce, lying dead in a pool of blood. When they showed up, police tracked down a solitary fired from a 9mm handgun in Bruce's mind. There was a 9mm gun in Bruce's lap, and there was a second 9mm on the floor. Police likewise found another projectile opening in the roof, and they accepted there could have been a second shooter at the scene. Investigating Bruce's past, specialists found he had an ex named Sylvia Ortiz, whose separation from Bruce was settled on December 18, 2008, only a couple of days before the occasion. Police dug further into their separation to see whether it had a say in Bruce's passing, and they understood Sylvia's original last name was Ortega, which implied she was one of the Ortega kin who had been killed on Christmas Eve. Police didn't think their demises were absolutely fortuitous event, and they accepted their suspect was currently at large. Furthermore, when they performed dissections on the bodies from the Ortega house, they found the casualties had been all shot no less than once with a 9mm handgun. On Christmas Day, police likewise evaluated Letitia, who expressed that regardless of the St. Nick Claus outfit, facial hair and cap, she could recognize the shooter, her sister's ex, Bruce Pardo. Agents then returned to Brad's home where Bruce was found dead and looked through his vehicle, which turned out to be similar vehicle the Ortega's neighbors had portrayed seeing on their road after the killings. Inside the vehicle, police found a St. Nick suit and great many rounds of ammo. The vehicle had additionally been booby-caught to detonate once the St. Nick suit was taken out, and however the vehicle detonated, nobody was harmed. When Bruce's post-mortem examination was done, agents had the option to close he had ended it all, and that there was no subsequent shooter. The post-mortem examination likewise uncovered he had horrendous severely charred areas on all fours, and a piece of the St. Nick pants had liquefied to body. Police accept he didn't at first intend to commit suicide, as he left no note. Around a similar time, a man revealed a secretive vehicle left before his Pasadena home. Police ran the plates and found the vehicle had been leased by Bruce Pardo. However, the vehicle wasn't manipulated. It was loaded with provisions including a PC, garments, water, food, and guides of the US and Mexico. Police accepted Bruce had been anticipating disappearing to Mexico after his killing binge. Bruce's potentially fast vehicle was likewise left around 500 feet from the place of Scott Nord, Sylvia's separation lawyer. Police accepted Bruce could have anticipating likewise killing Scott, who lived over their fairly quarrelsome procedure. In June 2008, Bruce Pardo was requested to pay $1,785 a month in spousal help. At the point when his separation was concluded, without further ado before the occasion, the spousal help turned out to be postponed as at the time he had lost his employment. In July of 2008, Bruce's manager acknowledged Bruce had been deceitfully charging clients for quite a long time he didn't really work and was terminated. A correspondent said, "This separation broke Bruce Pardo. It turned into his fixation." What's more, Bruce started to plot ways of getting back at Sylvia. I believe that he concluded that he wasn't about to kill her, however he planned to kill all that she adored and take it, completely destroy it. During his Christmas Eve killing binge, Bruce took out a custom-made flamethrower to splash 18 gallons of gas into the house once he ran out of projectiles. Yet, Bruce didn't understand there was an open fire someplace inside the house, which prompted a blast that left him awfully consumed. Rather heading to kill Sylvia's lawyer, Bruce then, at that point, went to his siblings, where he committed suicide due to how seriously he was scorched. Bruce's neighbor said, "I still wonder if the suit hadn't lit how the story would have ended. It may have been a much different ending." In 2016, Letitia told Oprah, "I can't do anything to change what happened. I can only focus on the future. This is what he's done. Enough. I'm not going to allow you to continue to consume us with your evilness. You don't want that anger to live within you day to day and grow, just like it did with this monster."
Inexplicable.